So I got a Vampire Acceptor for lifesteal, which is a percentage of the damage you deal. In the case of the Vampiric, it's 12% of the damage you deal is given back to you as health, as a mini heal of sorts. And the Null Magic Mantle I've got because the Morgana and the Nasus have a lot of magical damage between them, and there's also other casters on this team. I've just fired my Crystallower there to save Jax from being annihilated, and that's Nasus using Flash to teleport himself away from that. And we're just going to push them back, and Jax escaping death there by flashing first and then healing. Personally, I don't think he should have bothered going that close to the tower, but there you go. Nasus is still in the lane, and I remember thinking I might go for him, but this is a beginner's guide, so I'm going to stay back here and show you what you should do. Just keep behind the minions and keep getting last hits, keep getting the gold. So yes, back to the magic resistance. I've got that because I want to build Mercury Treads. I'll explain about those. The bits of speed are what's known as a passive movement 1, which is a decent speed boost, but ultimately your character will need passive movement 2 or 3, and all boots build into passive movement 2 stuff. It just depends what flavour that has. You can have armour or attack speed, or in this case I want to have magic resist, and here's why, because Rise, that man with the giant scroll on his back, is he's a caster who's very powerful, and I want to be able to resist his main damage. I think Jax gets this here. Yeah, there we go. So we've got some kills. I'm just getting in Nasus' face there to threaten him off from killing Jax, who's fleeing on about 130 or something health. So pretty soon I'm going to start to, yeah, there I go, I've built the Mercury Treads, which give me magic resist and also reduce the duration of stuns and slows by 40%, which effectively halves them. And that's basically going to help me against all this casting going on and all the magical damage. Fired my Crystallower at Nasus to stun him, to stop him from attacking the turret, so I can get in and defend it. And now I'm back to just hitting minions for the time being. So last hitting is very important in terms of getting the gold you need to get the items that you're going to need to help you through the game. And as Jax getting trapped again. Another example of why I've got the Mercury Treads. So besides the 3 magic users we've seen so far, the other 2 down bottom, one of them is a physical damage person but has a lot of magical abilities. I think I cleansed myself out of that. No, I don't cleanse out of that, sorry, that just goes away. So out of the other 2, Nidalee is more of a damage based person, but Twitch is also DPS, but a lot of his damage comes from poison, which is a magical damage, so it's going to help me out in that sense if I ever have to fight him. So we're still quite low level, we're still going to stay in the lane and keep leveling up, getting last hits, and if we get the chance, kills, and if we get even further, we can go to the turret and attack it. So here's an example of a gank that they tried to do, and I've cleansed myself out of that, and basically escaped certain death. Ganking's where enemy heroes will come to your lane to overwhelm you with numbers and easily kill you because they have more damage between the 3 of them, and you'd have to be very good to compensate for that. So generally you should always be trying to escape a gank and get back to your turret. So soon I'll be trying to increase my DPS ability. Although I am a DPS hero, the first things are first, and that you do need more movement speed to be able to basically whip around the screen quicker than the other players, and also in this case have some resistance against quite a lot of magic spam that's happening against us. So Eve's turned up, she's invisible to the enemy team, but we can see her there. She's moving in. She's going to go into the bush here, and I see these two, and I think I'm going to fire a spread shot to slow this person down, stop them escaping. Ends up I get the kill, that's quite lucky. Then I flick on Q, and go for the slowing shot, the frost shot, and end up getting the last hit there. Now, that wasn't really what I was going for. The whole purpose of what I just did there was fire the volley to hit the retreating Rise, and also the Q shot was to slow down Morgana from escaping so that we could kill her. I mean, it's about allowing the team to get the kill. I mean, who actually gets the last hit isn't quite as important, so long as you do, and you can keep your team ahead of theirs. So I went back there. I've got a recurve bow and a rejuvenation bead, and I've got rejuvenation bead just for a passive health regen, which isn't lifesteal or anything like that. It's just per second, and it's a small amount, but it's enough to keep you in the lane. And recurve bow increases my attack speed by 40%, so I'll be firing a lot faster. We're doing a lot more damage. It's the first part of the DPS build, is the speed element, in my opinion, because the speed element feeds quite well into the lifesteal and also the frost shot. You know, if you're hitting people quicker, you can slow them more. So I had a little freak out on my computer there, and I had to reload it, which is my recurve bow now looks like a ring. So I've been out of the game for about 3 minutes or so, but I think we can pull it back. So what I'm doing here is I'm just sizing out the Emblem of Valor, which is a combination of the Vampiric and the Rejuvenation Bead. And any item that you build from two components, say, take for example 2 long swords, which is 10 damage and 10 damage. If you built something from those 2 long swords, the attack damage you'd get from it would be greater than 20. So building items is really a theme of the shop, combining items into things that are even better than their composite parts. So the Emblem of Valor gives me even more lifesteal and even more health regen than the separate components, and it doesn't take up so much inventory space. So here I am at the top here. I'm just trying to push this, get some last hits, try and possibly even get some damage on the tower if possible. I'm just going to move away from that because someone might be coming up top for me. And I'm going to check this bush, and oh yeah, there they are. So I stun him with my ultimate and I cleanse out of there. I'm going back to the minion wave now. The thing to bear in mind about minions and turrets is that if you attack an enemy champion near minions, the minions will automatically target you. If you attack an enemy champion near a turret, the turret will automatically target you. So staying near turrets and minions is beneficial in that if things start attacking you, or an enemy starts attacking you, the minions are going to go for them, or the turret's going to go for them, whichever the case may be. Here's another example of a gank, and I think Jax is... no, he lives. He's flashed out of there and healed. And there's Eve. I think that really went bad because she must have run out of there quite quickly. Now, for some reason, don't ask me why, Jax decided to jump back in there against 3 champions. That's the sort of thing that you really don't want to be doing. Just play it cautiously, and you'll see that just playing it cautiously with someone like Ashe, eventually you'll get all the damage you need. And so yeah, there we get Rise, and Nasus, he gets away here, but Eve is quite greedy, and she goes in via the turret, and the turret just does the damage, unfortunately. And she fails to get Nasus.